Welcome back, coin master treasure hunters and coin lovers from around the world. You're now watching Coins Master, the home of incredible coin finds, rare US treasures, and unbelievable market values hiding in plain sight. Buckle up, because today, we're going deep, very deep, into the fascinating story of a tiny but mighty coin that could be sitting in your pocket change right now, the 1960 D. Roosevelt dime. That's right, one dime, just 10 cents. But wait until you hear the true potential value of this coin. Some examples have sold for up to $45,000 in recent auctions and private collections. Yes, you heard that right. $45,000 for a coin you might think is ordinary. So grab a seat, stay locked in, and don't forget to hit that like button and share this live video with everyone you know. Because after this, you'll never look at pocket change the same way again. Let's rewind time for a moment and go back to the origin story of this coin. The year was 1960. Dwight D. Eisenhower was president. America was in the middle of the Cold War. The civil rights movement was gaining momentum. It was a powerful time of change in American history. And while all this was happening, the U.S. Mint was producing a coin that would go on to become one of the most collected, studied, and valued Roosevelt dimes of the 20th century, the 1960 D. Roosevelt dime. The D stands for Denver, one of the three mints that operated in the United States in that era, and this little mint mark would go on to play a huge role in the coin's story. Now, let's talk design. The Roosevelt dime was first issued in 1946 to honor the late President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, a man who guided the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. His legacy lives on in this coin. The obverse of the coin, that's the front side, proudly features Roosevelt's left-facing profile, bold and determined. Above his head, it reads Liberty, and just under his chin, we see the phrase I in God we trust. To the right, the date 1960 is stamped, and if you look carefully at coins minted in Denver, you'll find a small D under the date. That's the key, the mint mark that tells you this coin came from the Denver Mint. The reverse side of the coin is also rich with symbolism. A torch stands in the center, flanked by olive branches and oak branches, representing peace, strength, and freedom. Along the rim, it reads United States of America and one dime. This coin may only be 17.91 millimeters in diameter and weigh 2.5 grams, but it carries massive historical weight and, in some rare cases, a market value that's simply jaw-dropping. So you may be wondering, what makes the 1960 D. Roosevelt dime worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars? After all, over 200 million of these coins were struck at the Denver Mint in 1960. So how does one become a jackpot? Well, here's where it gets exciting. In the world of coin collecting, it's not just about the age of the coin. It's about the condition, rarity, and the presence of minting errors. Coins that are in uncirculated condition, what collectors call MS or mint state grades, can be extremely valuable. The highest grade is MS 70, a perfect coin with no imperfections visible even under magnification. For the 1960 D. Roosevelt dime, specimens in MS 66 and above are quite rare, and collectors are willing to pay big bucks for them. But it doesn't stop there. Some 1960 D dimes have been discovered with dramatic minting errors, such as double die obverse, repunched mint marks, or off-center strikes. These types of flaws occur during the minting process and can make a coin not only rare but practically one of a kind. And that's where the big money comes in. One such 1960 D. Roosevelt dime in MS 67 condition with full bands. That means the horizontal bands on the torch on the reverse are fully struck and sharply detailed, sold for over $45,000. Yes, one dime. $45,000. That's enough to buy a car, a down payment on a house, or even pay off major debt. And the truth is, many of these coins are still floating around in circulation, hidden in drawers, jars, or old coin collections passed down through families. Let me say this clearly for everyone watching, you might already own this coin and not even know it. Here's what you need to look for. First, check the date. It must be 1960. Then, find that tiny D mint mark under the date. If it's missing or looks doubled, that could be a rare error. Next, check the condition. If it's shiny, no scratches, and looks nearly flawless, you might have a high-grade coin. And most importantly, check the torch on the reverse. Look closely at those horizontal bands. If they're crisp and full, that's what collectors call full bands. Your coin's value just skyrocketed. Now you might be wondering, where can you sell a coin like this? Great question. You don't want to just take it to your local bank. For rare coins, you'll want to go through a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll certify and grade your coin, giving it an official market value. Once graded, your coin can be listed on major auction sites, high-end collectibles markets, or even sold at coin shows and expos where dealers are actively hunting for treasures like this. We're talking real collectors, real auctions, real money. The world of rare coins is full of mystery, excitement, and real value. And the 1960 de Roosevelt dime is a perfect example of how something small can carry a massive price tag. It's history, art, and investment, all rolled into one 10-cent piece. Before we wrap up, let me remind you again. Check your change, search your drawers, dig through your old coin jars. Look at every dime with the date 1960 and the Denver D mint mark. If it looks uncirculated, if it has full bands, or if you see anything unusual like doubling, strike errors, or repunched mint marks, don't spend it. That tiny coin could be your golden ticket to thousands, maybe tens of thousands of dollars. We've reached the end of this live stream, but this is just the beginning of your journey. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most underrated and potentially lucrative coins in US history, hit that like button, smash the subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another episode of Coins Master. We've got more treasure stories, live breakdowns, real-time market values, and historical journeys coming your way every week. And remember, coins are more than just currency. They're keys to the past, and sometimes keys to a fortune. Thank you for watching. Stay curious, stay passionate, and keep hunting for treasure. This is Coins Master, signing off, until next time. Today we are diving deep into a coin that could be hiding in your change jar or wallet right now. We're talking about the legendary, the mysterious, the super valuable 1985 de Roosevelt dime, the one and only coin of liberty, marked with "one dime," and the powerful phrase, "In God we trust." A coin that many people overlook, but collectors would pay up to $45,000 for in today's market. That's right, $45,000 for a 10-cent coin. This is no ordinary coin. This is a piece of American history with hidden secrets, rare errors, minting miracles, and serious value if you know what to look for. So make sure you watch this stream till the very end because you could be holding a small fortune in your hand right now and not even know it. Let's start by zooming in on the story of the 1985 de Roosevelt dime. Minted in Denver, Colorado, the coin carries the D mint mark which identifies its origin. Now, 1985 may seem like just another year in the world of coin production, but the truth is, the mid-80s were a transitional and fascinating period for the US Mint. The machinery was being upgraded. Quality control was in flux. That's why this particular year, 1985, gave birth to a number of dimes that are not just collectible, but now considered national treasures by the coin community. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll find the strong and detailed profile of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. His image has appeared on the dime since 1946, following his death the previous year. The design was intended to honor his leadership through the Great Depression and World War II, but most importantly, his involvement with the March of Dimes, a non-profit organization created to combat polio. Roosevelt himself suffered from the disease, and the coin serves as a constant reminder of his resilience and commitment to public health. The words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" are boldly featured next to his image, making it a true coin of patriotic symbolism and hope. But why is the 1985 de Roosevelt dime making such a buzz now, decades later? Why is this coin trending on coin forums, collector sites, auction houses, and social media groups? Well, here's where things get juicy. Not all 1985 D dimes are created equal. In fact, some of these coins came out of the Denver Mint with critical mint errors, double dies, misaligned strikes, off-center features, and even wrong planchet strikes. A few extremely rare examples have surfaced with missing mint marks, full band details, and nearly perfect preservation in high mint state conditions, grading MS68 and above. These coins are extraordinarily rare. In a world where millions of coins are struck every year, finding one like this is like winning a mini lottery. Now imagine this: a tiny coin you thought was worth just 10 cents ends up fetching a hammer price of $45,000 at auction. That's what's happening in 2025. With the coin collecting boom reaching new heights, collectors are willing to pay big money for the rarest and most pristine 1985 D dimes, especially those that come with full torch or full bands designation, sharp strikes, and eye-popping luster. Even circulated coins with rare mint errors are being scooped up fast. Coins with noticeable double die errors on the date, or a dramatically off-center strike, can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. One unique example featuring a misaligned die and sharply visible doubling on the word Liberty sold for several thousand at a recent auction. Another coin, graded MS68 with flawless detail, went for a whopping $45,000 due to its high grade and collector demand. So what should you look for? Let's break it down live and in real time so you can check your change jars right after this stream. First, look for the mint mark. The small d should appear on the obverse side, near Roosevelt's neck. If you find a 1985 dime without the mint mark, you might just have a valuable error coin on your hands. Next, check for doubling, especially in the words Liberty or In God We Trust. Use a magnifying glass or a coin microscope if you can. Also, pay close attention to the bands on the torch on the reverse side of the coin. Coins that show full horizontal bands clearly separated are known as full band coins and are much more desirable to collectors. These are far less common in circulated condition and extremely rare in mint state. What makes the 1985 D even more exciting is the possibility that it could be sitting right under our noses. These coins are still in circulation. They were produced in huge numbers, over 563 million to be exact, and millions are still floating in pockets, drawers, and coin jars across the United States. But among those hundreds of millions are a few ultra-rare gems worth a small fortune. So how do you know if your dime is worth $45,000? First, condition is everything. If your coin has never been touched, shows no wear, and still has its original shine, you could be sitting on a top-grade specimen. Submitting it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC can help determine its true value. A coin graded MS68 or higher with full bands designation could attract big money from collectors and investors. Second, look for errors. Use online resources, watch other videos on coin error types, and compare your coin closely. You'll be surprised how many valuable coins go unnoticed because people simply don't know what to look for. Third, don't clean your coin. Cleaning destroys the surface and ruins the grade. Always keep it in its original state. Now let's talk about real-time market demand. As of this year, 2025, the demand for rare Roosevelt dimes is absolutely booming. TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram are full of videos from coin hunters showcasing their rare finds. Auction houses are recording record-breaking prices. Rare coin shows are seeing crowds like never before. And why? Because more people are realizing that numismatics isn't just a hobby, it's a serious investment opportunity. Collectors are always hunting for those rare varieties, and investors are treating coins like fine art or real estate, appreciating assets that can skyrocket in value over time. And that's exactly what the 1985 D dime is right now, an appreciating asset, a diamond in the rough. So here's your mission. After this live stream, go check your change. Dig into that jar, open your coin folders, inspect every dime. Look for 1985. Look for the D mint mark. Check for errors. Check the bands. You might be seconds away from discovering a $45,000 coin in your possession, and if you do find something rare or valuable, let us know in the comments. Share pictures. This community is all about helping each other uncover treasure, and who knows, maybe you'll be the next featured story on this channel. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this. Every coin has a story. Every Roosevelt dime carries the weight of a nation's history, the legacy of a president, and in rare cases, the power to change your life financially. The 1985 D. Roosevelt dime is proof of that. It's more than metal, it's money, memory, and mystery rolled into one. So stay curious. Keep searching. And never underestimate the power of a coin. Smash that like button if you found this live stream informative and entertaining. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications because we'll be diving into more rare coins, values, errors, and collectibles that could make you thousands or even millions. This is Coins Master, signing off for now, but the hunt for hidden treasure never ends. Keep your eyes on your change, and may your next dime be a fortune in disguise. Today we're going to dive into one of the most exciting stories in modern U.S. coinage, the story of the 1999 P. Roosevelt dime. A small silver-colored coin that might just make you a fortune. This is not a fantasy, not a fairy tale, but a shocking reality in the world of numismatics. Imagine a coin with a face value of 10 cents, turning out to be worth up to $45,000 in today's collector's market. So stay with me. Get your coin jars, check your wallets, search your drawers, and let's take a deep dive into this incredible coin, the 1999 P. Liberty 1 dime from the United States of America. Let's go back in time for a moment, to the final year of the 20th century. The year is 1999. The world is getting ready for the new millennium. Y2K is all over the news, technology is booming, and the US Mint continues to produce millions of coins every day. Among these coins is one small, seemingly ordinary coin, the Roosevelt dime. But this year, something happened. Something rare. Something that would eventually make collectors sit up and take notice. Now, the Roosevelt dime, as many of you already know, was first introduced in 1946 to honor one of America's greatest presidents, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He led the country through the Great Depression and most of World War II. He was also a champion for those suffering from polio, which led to the creation of the March of Dimes, a movement that inspired this coin's very existence. So every time you look at a dime, you're not just seeing 10 cents, you're seeing a legacy. The 1999 P. Roosevelt dime was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. And while the U.S. Mint released hundreds of millions of dimes that year, only a select few have captured the attention of serious collectors, investors, and numismatists. Why? Because certain 1999 P dimes have been discovered with extraordinary features, rare errors, pristine conditions, and proof-like qualities that make them stand out from the rest. Let's talk about the physical features of this coin. It carries the powerful inscriptions we're all familiar with: Liberty, Indiana, God We Trust, and of course, United States of America, along with the bold declaration of 1 dime. But pay close attention to the mint mark, the small p, on the right side of Roosevelt's neck. That P is what tells us this coin was minted in Philadelphia. Now here's where it gets exciting. Certain versions of this coin, particularly those in MS-68 or higher condition, are bringing in serious money. I'm talking tens of thousands of dollars in private auctions, online sales, and collector shows. Recently, one pristine example of the 1999 P. Roosevelt dime sold for $45,000. Yes, $45,000 US, because of its flawless strike, nearly perfect luster, and impeccable eye appeal. These high-grade coins are often found in original mint sets, but even circulation coins have been discovered with incredible value due to errors like off-center strikes, double dies, broad strikes, and more. Imagine finding one of those in your pocket change. Let's break down what makes some of these coins so valuable. Number 1. Condition. If your dime looks brand new, has no scratches, and has a strong shine, it could be worth grading. The Sheldon scale, which rates coins from 1 to 70, places MS-68 and above as ultra-rare. The higher the grade, the higher the price. Number 2. Errors. Now you may be thinking, how can a mistake be worth money? But in the world of coin collecting, errors are gold. Some 1999 P. Roosevelt dimes have been found with missing clad layers, meaning the outer layer of the coin is partially gone, revealing the copper core underneath. Others have visible doubling in the letters or numbers, which is called a double die error. These rare traits instantly raise the coin's market value. Number 3. Low population. The fewer coins there are in perfect condition, the higher the value. It's basic supply and demand. And when it comes to MS-68 plus 1999p Roosevelt dimes, the population is incredibly low. That's why collectors are willing to spend tens of thousands just to own one. So, what should you do right now? Check your change. Go through your old jars. Ask your parents, your grandparents, your neighbors. You never know where one of these rare 1999p dimes could be hiding. Even if it's been in circulation, it might still be in surprisingly good condition. Want a pro tip? Look closely with a magnifying glass. Examine the lettering, especially I in God We Trust and Liberty. Check for strong, clean strikes, and look for doubling or unusual marks. If you find one that looks special, don't clean it. That can reduce the value instantly. Instead, consider getting it professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC. Their certification can confirm the grade and significantly boost its market value. Now, let's talk about the current market. As of today, mid-2025, collectors are still actively searching for these high-value Roosevelt dimes. Demand is rising, especially as more people are getting into coin collecting thanks to viral videos and online auctions. Platforms like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and Stax Bowers have seen spikes in prices. Some of the most pristine 1999p dimes are being listed and sold between $5,000 to $45,000, depending on condition and rarity. And let's not forget, this is a live show, so if you've ever found a 1999p dime, tell us in the chat. Take a picture, upload it, and we'll review it live. You could be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Also, we're giving away a free coin guide at the end of this stream that will help you identify valuable dimes, nickels, quarters, and pennies hiding in plain sight. So make sure you stay until the end. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Before we wrap up this incredible journey through history and value, let's remember that coins like the 1999p Liberty 1 dime are more than money. They're history in your hands. They tell the story of American progress, presidential legacy, and sometimes, if you're lucky, they tell the story of life-changing fortune. So don't ignore those dimes. Don't overlook those coins. Because the next time you find a 1999p Roosevelt dime, it might just be worth more than your paycheck, your rent, or even your car. Thanks for joining me on this thrilling hunt for hidden treasure. If you enjoyed this live stream, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story that could put money in your pocket. And as always, keep checking your change, because the next valuable coin could be just one dime away. See you next time. Stay curious, stay collecting, and stay lucky.